Showtime's already started! Who did the crime and how?
Yeah, I already guessed.
Junko, you can't say such things.
I know. Me and Kyoks know the answer already, but it's a sum more entertaining to watch people debate.
A lot more room than I thought there'd be.
And it's also a learning experience for Yunakian in case another problem such as this occurs. I do apologize if it may come up as cruel of me, Yunakian. Yeah, nah, I'm used to it. Don't apologize, Kirigiri. You gave me a dim glow stick, not leaving me in the dark.
That's quite a metaphor, Juves.
Fitting. Tell you what, let's make this easier, and I'll give you the obvious suspects. No point in wasting time, right?
Confident, are we?
Not my fault, I can read you like a frickin' picture book.
Well, tell us. Guys, we are wasting time now! Via, just for this, please speak English. Corin and Cop here won't understand your Einstein babble. Marilyn Monroe. Don't care.
Hey, wait a minute! Junko? Who is it you suspect so much? It's so obvious. But to make it interesting, Mukuro, myself, Sayaka, and Little Miss Bookworm herself!
Junko, how could you? How could you make such accusations?
Simple. Firstly, based on the evidence, we can assume it was a girl that attacked Makoto. Secondly, it's most likely someone who was close with Makoto, someone he let into his dorm, even late at night. And thirdly, we can be certain that the killer was motivated by fear and malice, considering the motive and all.
I'm adding that in my other journal of number of times I got accused.
And why Juvia? She was only the first girl who saw the body!
Maybe just because people who found the body first are accused first? Believe me, it happened to one of my gang members before. Luckily, he was found innocent.
Did you miss the part where I said I know the answer?
She did say something about that. Plus, that Kitsune will probably slice us all to ribbons if we don't hop to it.
I'm not gonna just spit it out. That'd be lame. And I get a feeling the mastermind won't enjoy how little despair a crazy quick trial can bring. Besides, how's a precious savior ever going to learn without a little struggle? If you really suspect Juvia, that's a reflection of yourself.
Junko also altered herself and her own sister as possible killers, so I don't think her list is built out of malice, Juvia. She's just a confusing girl, I'll admit, but we mustn't be so quick to accuse her of malicious activity without evidence.
Oh, why are you the only one here who's ever nice to me, baby cakes? That's right. Hifumi, Sonya, and I found this alarm clock in one of the dorms. Turns out the clock was busted when we got in. Apparently, someone could have swapped clocks in the dorms by whoever did the you-know-what.
It was far behind from the time of now.
Our hypothesis is that the killer struck around midnight. Like that one monster from the movies.
Maybe the killer took out the batteries at midnight.
From the time that hit midnight? Nah, that is too easy. Even for me. I wish I would listen to a trashy podcast than this. I think we're focusing too much on the time. We should consider the method of attack. That would help us be more confident in what happened. Wow, you're so smart, Taka.
Girl, no time for that.
Juvia's suspicion is that due to the broken glass of the mirror, the victim was thrust into it. Ideally, that would make Mukuro a top subject, given the strategic maneuver that would call for. However, a strategic death would have been to end it right then and there, not to go beyond that. Right. Makoto was rather clumsy. It would have been that he fell and crashed into the mirror himself, not being hit into it.
Mirrors make shards when they break, don't they? You don't just die from falling on shards right away.
Not exactly if there are smaller pieces or lying flat. They are not a spike trap from the Amazon.
That is true. If Makoto fell into it himself, he would have sustained injuries. but surely none that were fatal.
I would think we'd have seen one also. So it does lead to the question of where the shard came from.
Were you able to find anything, Mock?
The fairies led me to the incinerator room. It was recently used because it felt warm. Not only that, but the fairies pointed to a burnt piece of satin.
Well, what could the satin have come from? School doesn't have a sewing room, and I don't wear satin. Irritates my thighs. While the murder was happening, someone could have used the incinerator to burn what fabric they used and what it belonged to, and they left it there.
Maybe the glass was in the satin like a flail.
No, that's wrong!
Huh? If the fabric was used as a flail, then the killer needs a spiked sphere, not a crystal ball. I knew that. I was lying.
In a trial?
Yep.
Sweetie, you gotta try harder than that. You're way more transparent than the glass shards he found.
He fooled me.
Then download a lie detecting app!
Well, let's get back to the shards.
There are two different kinds of glass, one from the mirror and one that used to be the crystal ball. Such a shame for a spiritual practice to lose. I know damn well that can break me up too.
I see. So, what caused which shards?
Impact, baby!
Do not call me that, please.
What? Makoto has his head hit on the mirror with his clumsy self, and the crystal ball was thrown. I don't know who else Junkie should have chosen as a suspect. Who, Jack Frost? Kawada?
Huh, I would have said Jack Sparrow.
Why Leon Kawata?
Why my crystal ball instead of anyone else's?
No offense, but I don't think anyone else had one.
Yeah, I knew that.
But just because his talent is playing baseball doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, and also the satin piece looked like it came from a bow according to the fairies.
Let's not forget that it would be a bit disrespectful too. Not attacking, just saying. Yeah, I mean, anyone could have a good throw like that with enough adrenaline. The adrenaline rush can increase the strength of an average human being, so that's what caused Naegi to hit his head in the mirror. A quick push can cause it then a thrust. So it can be deemed as his clumsiness, if he was using the sink.
So that explains the mirror shard, but what about the other wound, which was on the neck?
That is what the ebook said. A shard could have gotten stuck somewhere in a specific spot on his throat when he fell on the mirror.
Then the person who did it could have stabbed Makoto with that shard from the mirror, and then tossed my ball in the incinerator to mess with our heads about which shard is which.
It was lodged on his cheek, not the neck. It was one swipe and he came crashing down, choking on his own blood. This is a podcast. A less intelligent one. Messy even.
Like the one that talks about planets and space string.
Huh? Space string?
You know, space string. The stuff that keeps the planets in place.
Still, nobody just tosses a bow into the furnace just to do it.
Yeah, the satin was pink and almost like a big-ass ribbon.
I mean, who's girly enough to wear a big-ass bow? Absolutely not. I mean, I could see Jubio being caught dead if she wears that.
You know, Kyondo, there was something in common in my list for a reason. Quit trying to be different. You're just a jackass. This is stupid! We want pink wearers? Fine, let's cut to the chase. It was Sayaka Mizuno. Boom! Next question. Fire up the barbecue.
Mukuro has pink too! It's not just me!
I had something to say.
Did you find something during the investigation, Bonbo?
Well, technically, it was me and Ramona, but yes, I know what causes slip throat.
Oh, sure thing, Bonbon. Floor's yours.
Oh, crumbs, here we go. So, Formula heard Julius scream upon finding Makoto's body, other than the kitchen baking. We checked the knife board and saw what's missing, but didn't have
had to look into it before she did scream an announcement to go to the gym. Hey, do you mind if I help you a bit, boy? Okay, so, after we left the gym, Annabelle had the idea to search Makoto's room for clues revolving around the laceration to the neck Mom had referenced. Mom was looking at the bookshelf on one side of the room, and I was checking any for spread on the other. As I did so, I found a bloody knife.
A murder weapon, no doubt. But why not dispose of it?
Yeah, why not?
Fine. It is wrong of me to stall any longer. I killed Makoto Naegi. I was just so scared. I wanted to save my friends. I wanted them to be okay. I was so desperate. I didn't know what else to do. I was so confident that we could make it through this, but before the moment was given, I really thought if we just stayed hopeful, if we worked together, we could do it. But then I saw all of my friends hurt, their bodies lifeless. I couldn't accept that reality. It couldn't have been true. Fear overpowered my mind. I'm sorry. I took the life of someone so wonderful because I was so scared. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Makoto. I'm so sorry, everyone. Just know that I don't blame you, and I still see you as a friend.
Wow. Convincing, Juvia. She just confessed to a terrible crime and clearly feels shitty. And you're talking like some dramatic, graphic novel game protagonist.
That is an oddly specific insult.
Anyway, what happens now? Somebody's gotta give the rundown, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's time to do votes? Alright, students. Now you had to vote for who you think killed Makoto. And then we can move on to the last step. I don't...
Forgiveness is fickle nowadays, you know?
Not everyone was given it. Even if they didn't ask for it. Let's see if you are right. Wow, the first confirmed blackened. I'm so impressed. I think it's time for the punishment.
Don't apologize, everyone. I've accepted my fate.
Still though, I can't imagine how scared you must have been.
Shall we say it together, Schnookums?
I thought you'd never ask.
Let's give it everything we got.
It's punishment time!
Thank you. Please stay strong and stay hopeful.